Rise up and remain in love's teaching. Rise up. I can say rise up and don't give up. Exodus 32, 1-4 was talking. And this biblical story presents that the people of Israel saw that Moses was taking a long time to come down from the mountain. They gathered around Aaron and said, come on, Aaron. Make us gods who can guide us. As for this Moses who brought us out of the land of Egypt, we have no idea what has happened to him. They panic, waiting for their leader, and for whom they walk in hope. I don't know how many of you, I'm coming to your workstation, but in some point you don't have internet. I can ask you, Don, how is that day in our thrift store? Probably, if I asked to Brother Mike too, if he have a project for this house and another house, but the worker said, Mike, we didn't find the tools and the hardware. Come on, we need the double. You need something, and your expectation is what I have to do. Sometimes we need someone in our house to give us direction. Sometimes we have to ask to the person, we need a TV and a wall. Manuel, what do you have in your house? And I said to Mary and Ross, I have not anything. Okay, we could bring that. But we have to work together in what you need and what I have. And that moment, the Israelites need Moses. I don't know in this point of your life. Today is Sunday. For me, it's the first day of the week. It's not the last one. It's the first. Some people say, oh my God, tomorrow is Monday. Hey, it's not the first day. It's the second. You have to be very united because you are ready to go to work. You are ready to work to see your family. You are ready to go to your doctor appointment to listen to you. You're getting worse. You are old. I got my new prescription for my eyeglasses last week. And the doctor said, it's getting worse. How that happened? You're getting old. Don't say that to me, please. But it's true. Well, also, you are diabetic, and also you have a high blood pressure. Yes, pray for me. Pray for me. But at that point, I said, thanks God, I have something to depend on. I can remember right now what time this invention started. I don't know, but they started with a glass. Now it's plastic. Now they have different progression. And the other thing can I share with you, if I don't have my glasses, I can see you because I'm trifocal. And the other thing, one prescription in this eye and another prescription in another one. If I don't have my glasses, my vision will be this way, all the time. And I think that happened with the Israelites. They have distorted and distortion their vision to see how was God with no Moses. Aaron said to them, very well, take the gold rings from the ears of the wives, your sons and your daughters, and bring them to me. Then all the people took off the gold rings for their ears and brought them to Aaron. He picked them up and tied them in a cloth. Then he made a metal image of a calf. And the people declared, these are your gods, Israel. We brought you out of the land of Egypt. I give thanks because we have different people in our laity. We have many teachers. And I give thanks how Hillary present the concept of the cup, I have to share with her because I was depending of her techniques. And I was very honest with you, Hillary, if you feel my text. And I said, you know, Hillary, if I talk about the calf to the children, I'll be stuck. Because it's not easy to explain. When she presented the trophy, wait a minute. I can do that? But I don't have my mind to make that. I need her as a laity member. I'm a lay servant, as you are. We need us between each other to do the work of God. This week, NBC News don't have too many good news. And some of them write, we're dying, and everyone is watching. Shame on you, all the Arab countries. We were told to live, but where? Where to go? Said Hiba Atar, who is leaving a United Nations operated school, which is supposed to be a safe place. They shelling people on the roads, too. Where are we to go? And a humanitarian crisis is gripping Gaza, as hundreds of thousands of displaced Palestinians flee to the south amid the Israeli military's aerial bombardment in retaliation for Hamas' brutal terrorist attacks 1 week ago. The Israel Defense Force warned residents to evacuate from Gaza's north, home of its largest population center, Gaza City, on Friday, and the deadline has passed. Exodus presents people as desperate. However, these days we have devastating news that shakes us, a human being, and as a Christians. We don't know from which religion some people listen to the news, but made me shake my heart. And I feel disturbing too, what's going on. No matter what countries, what nations, what religion is implicated in that country. We are Christian there. We are Muslims. We are Jewish over there. Different beliefness. I don't think it only Israelites, as Exodus said. I can mention also the Arabians. I can mention some other people different than us. Which makes me think about the countries that are confronting each other, sisters nations. Call the children of God to reconciliation, but equally have the concept of how to reach peace and expand their kingdoms. I don't know what is your concept to depend from each other. I hope someone from here can share your cheesecake when you buying one. Don't remember, I'm diabetic. I have insulin at home. I love peanut butter, by the way. The scripture said, God changed his mind. What an amazing verse. You can say all you want about God, really just testing Moses and seeing what Moses would do if God presented to be angry enough to destroy the people. Sometimes the people don't taking against God. They taking against the people who testify and who show the love of God. Oh, Manuel, the message was so good. We have to embrace the love of God as a laity It's not only me as an old leader, an old person, as the doctor said, an old minister. It's not only over the shoulder of Pastor Jeanette. It's over all the laity members as a community. We need to live according to Philippians. The world is facing a difficult and desperate time, but it's not only the world. Probably you're having difficult time with your children. Probably you have difficult time with your boss. I'm not too old, but I'm old. Half century is enough. But I listen so many owners, and I can share this later with Mike. The people don't want to work. If you say something, they run away. I grew up learning United States was a beautiful volunteers generations. But now what's going on? What happened? I can ask to the food drive, to Interfaith, how many volunteers we have. If we are not moved by the sense of the human beings and love and committee with the nations, no ethnicity, not people, not color, our country, our neighborhood, I think as a laity people, as a people of this nation with different ethnicity, will be different. No matter what the news saying every day. I hope in some point we could get some program to say just good news, and good news, and good news, and good news. But that don't happen. If I take CBS, NBC, I will get different perspective from different parties. And we don't talk about political. But you know what I'm talking about. Now it's coming for me a difficult time to decide to vote. Because I have to learn more about United States. I have to learn about the parties. I have to learn about the platform. It's a lot of work. It's not only push, 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 push. I have to be honest and respect about my country. Moments of pain can take the form of God's grace to face our needs. We need to live according to Philippians. The world is facing a difficult and desperate time. Our oldest enemy is death, of course. Moments of pain can take different forms in your life. Be strange and determination to unite yourself and ourselves with God's continuing love for life. The word of loss and the empty noise of critics do not have the last word. No. Rise up and revive the God things. I have this. I bought it because it's beautiful color. But I didn't know this have another thing. And I was in my car trying to clean the dust. And I was, in the other corner to do this. I hope in some point can make a robot, because we have a robot at home. Any robot for the dash, to clean and everything and gone. But later on I discovered something, but I have to work with. Ta-da! I don't need to get in the passenger seat. I can flow in the dash and clean the dust. This is good stuff for the thrift store. I can get back and clean the dust. I can do so many things with this little thing. But in self, I can say, rise up, rise up. No, I have to revive and reveal how to remove the dust. It's our concern, it's our call to rise up and reveal the God's grace. It has not been easy to get to where we are. This is the time to invite the world, to invite your family, to invite that person is not easy for you to peace. And share the gift of faith and hope. Let us show with our hospitality and our grace, and expecting a good coffee, as Mary made it now, that we understand the depth of the call to be people of the love of God's love. In the end, the news and the moments of death make it difficult to maintain the petty atmosphere. So we need the entire community. We need the entire laity. We need the entire leadership over here. We need to continue to come together and support each other. Let us encourage each other when necessary. It may be time for me to encourage myself, to encourage you. We step forward and we share. Day later on, it will be your turn to encourage me. You can recognize how emotional I could look, correct? I could look very emotional. But sometimes, many of you don't know what's going on with me. And we say it in Spanish, palmadita. A little pound in the shoulder is enough to continue. We are in the time we don't know if we can shake a hand. We don't know if we can hug the person. But we have to get the form to show the love, to show the faith, no matter what. You don't have to touch a person. I learned here in the United States to respect their spaces. Rise up and reveal. Be very careful if we act with spirit of self-righteousness or an air of superiority. Many lives are involved around us from different backgrounds and from different cultures. Of course not. We invite stiff-necked people, difficult people, and not easy brothers and sisters, people like me, to join us. I give thanks, God, for this congregation, because since July 15th, and I continue my testimonial, I'm growing with you as a minister, as a laity, and learning from the differences. But we have the same grace of God and the same love. Each person, and I can appreciate this, of different temperaments. How many of you have different temperaments? So that together we can enter into the grace of God. So that we can receive the God who remembers who we are and remembers the promise He made to us. Worship is reorienting. Worship is healing. Every day the path is a return to re-encounter again and again. We can come back so we can continue, rise up, revive the God's gift, revive and reveal the God's grace. We come back so we can continue for the long term. Rise up and remain in the love's teaching. Since grace has crossed our path through people who loved us into maturity and leadership, we sing the cover song and faith that rekindles for all. I invite you to sing. Because I want to be an instrument of your peace. And we sing, instruments of your peace.
Thank you.